Good morning, myself Apurva Jyoti. In the last class, we have learnt about the temples and the irrigation work provided during the time of Cholas, and how the people of those villages, like of that village, they used to coordinate with the rulers and all, right? So now we are going to learn about the administration of the empire, means how the office work, or like this administration will be divided, or on what plan it is going to run, or who is going to make the plan of the administration and all, we are going to see. So let us start. The administration of the empire. How was the administration organized? Means this office management and all will be there, right? In the office administration block. The same way, the time of this king ruling and all, there was an administration that all the ministers and all will be discussing, or king will be deciding what work to be done by which person, and how are the rules to be set, what is the work that to be done and all, he'll be organizing. Then how was that organized, teacher? Now we have so many people, computers and all, but at that time nothing was there. But king used to appoint so and so person, or he used to give orders to them to follow that and all. The king had a council of ministers to help him. He had a strong army and navy. So the king had a council of ministers, means group of ministers he had under him. So all the ministers together called as council of ministers to help him, to give some suggestions, ideas and all, or if any problem is there, how to solve that and all, he'll be asking them, or like he'll be discussing the problems with them. He had a strong army and navy. So this king also had strong army, very good soldiers, good army people he have under him, and navy people who travel in the water, like army, like this army will be fighting in the border. The same way this navy also, they'll be fighting for the kingdom, or all of us in the water, right? So those, the empire was divided into, excuse me, mandalams or provisions, further subdivided into valan valana valanadas and nadus. Valanadus and Nadus. So this empire which is there, they are being divided. Means empire is dividing, like if a class is there, they'll be dividing, no, A section, B section, C section. In the same way, this empire is also divided into mandalams or provisions. So they'll be calling in the villages, so and so, this from this area to this area is one mandalam. They'll be giving the name to that mandalam and they'll be calling, or provisions, means that area type. And again these mandalams are divided into again small areas, like Valanadus and Nadus. Like if you see Mushirabad, this provisions is this Mushirabad area comes under me, this mandal comes under me, and again in that mandal they'll be dividing into small subdivisions, like this area, this ward, this area, like that they are dividing that mandalams again into small subdivisions, that is Valanadus and Nadus. Settlement of peasants known as Uru became prosperous with the spread of irrigated agriculture. So these people are providing irrigation facilities, artificial supply of water to crops and all, right? By this, the Uru which is there, it was being developed, means it is developed, it has got growth, the crops are growing good, and there is a good prosperity, good development, good success and all. Group of such villages formed larger units called Nadu. So group of such villages, so subdivisions are there now in the villages. So that group of villages, group means two or more, like more in number of villages all together, they are forming one, and they are becoming large unit. Means like if you see 8th class if you take, or 7th class if you take, A section, B section, C, D, E and F, they all together they become one, and they all together they'll be considered as one class, and they call as 8th, right? Like that all the group of such villages, they are joining and they are becoming one large unit, means one large section type called Nadu. The village council and the Nadu performed several administrative functions, including dispensing justice and collecting taxes. So all these Nadus who are there, they are being the village council, all the ministers of the village and all, and the Nadu performs several administrative functions, means they are they are doing the administrative work, like what work to be done now and who have to participate in that, what are the rules to be planned, how to do the work and all. They are organizing administration work they are doing. Like madam in our school, madam who is there, she'll be planning the timetable, which teacher to be allotted in which period, if any teacher is absent, who have to go and attend, what work to be done, what work to be taught in the class, what homework they have to give, everything they'll be deciding, right? The same way here also the village council members and all, they'll be sitting and they'll be planning the administrative functions, like dispensing justice, means giving justice to the people if any problem is there, or helping the king in taking decisions, and collecting the taxes from the people. If king orders them to go and collect the tax, they'll be collecting the tax. Rich peasants of the Velala caste exercised considerable control over the affairs of the Nadu under the supervision of the central Chola government. So this rich peasants, rich farmers and all of Velala caste, of this Velala caste who are there, they were having great control, means more control over the affairs of the Nadus, means what all the Nadu are exercising, what all the affairs they are doing, like collecting the tax or something, like and all, they were being under the control of whom? Rich peasants and all. And they got a support under the supervision of central government of Chola. The Chola kings gave some rich landowners title like Muvendavelam, a velam or peasant serving. Muvendavelan was a title given by the king to the rich peasants, means rich farmers and landowners and all. He have given the name for them. If you like my video, please do like, share and subscribe. Thank you.